Surprise guest is here. Excellent. Now, so here we go. We're going to bring in the surprise guest. He's in the green room, and I was like, okay, are we going to get him? We're going to get him. We're going to get him. The answer is yes. And so we bring him in. Javier Perez, Grand Exalted Poobah of Methodology for Atlanta United. Good to see you, Javier. Good to see you,
Good
man.
to see you, John. Thank you for having me.
Oh no, you're a busy dude. It's like we got a note at like a little before 9 o'clock. Hey, would you like to have Javier on the show? And I'm like, sure.
Yes, I just finished my first meeting of the day. My apologies, I was 3 minutes late for
dude. Look, it's all good.
But
it's all
I had
good.
nine meetings today, so just getting everything aligned, you know.
It's all good. I will take that 9 minutes and I will run with it. My biggest thing for you is how busy are you right now trying to get everything in line with Atlanta United? How busy are you right now?
This is a very busy period of the year for me, you know, because we have the opportunity to benchmark all our teams. We work during the season, and as you know, the second team is pretty much starting the season.
Yeah,
we had a strong start. Last 2 weeks, we have both wins back to back, away from home, scoring 5 goals, having clean sheets in both games, and winning away against 2 tough opponents like Inter Miami, second team, and Chicago Fire, second team as well. So it's a way to test where we are as a club, where we are as a team, and where we are in our development system, because a lot of these players, they are coming from the academy. Actually, 6 days ago, it was my second anniversary at the club. I've been here for 2 years, and now we can start seeing which direction we are taking, you know. And this is for the second team, but as well a little bit different for the academy, because the academy has a European style season, meaning that we start in August, we finish at the beginning of June, and now in the spring is where we have our major competitions, you know. And we have the opportunity to benchmark our academy versus the other academies in the country, you know. We had that a couple of weeks ago at GA Cup, with our U16s being the champions of the Premier bracket, winning Columbus Crew in the final, but beating Cincinnati, beating NYCFC, Montreal, Philadelphia Union, pretty much all the MLS opponents on the way. And then the U15s, they lost by a narrow margin against Valencia FC, or Valencia Club de Football in Spain. And we were the only team that were able to give some opposition to Valencia, which we were 2-2. We conceded a late penalty in the game, and we ended up conceding that game 3-2. But Valencia won that tournament, taking aside our game without major opposition. They won the final 4-0, just to give as a reference. So this is a good moment for us to benchmark our academy, not only at national level, which I think we are up there, probably between the 2 or 3 top academies in the country, but as well to benchmark our academy at international level when we play against international opposition. For instance, when we played with the U15s versus Anderlecht, and you think about Anderlecht as a club, you know, you think Belgium as a major power in terms of youth development, you know. Yesterday, one of the Belgian teams, it was Bruges, was in the final of the Youth Champions League against Real Madrid. Real Madrid won on penalties. And when we were at GA Cup, we beat Anderlecht 2-0 in the stadium game. And people might think, well, who is Anderlecht? When you think about the game that the US play against Belgium here in Atlanta, and the US was beat by Belgium 5-2.
Mhm.
4 of the 5 goals scored by Belgium, they were coming from Anderlecht Academy products, So this is the level of the player development clubs that we are talking about.
In the 2 years that you have been here, when you look at the growth of the program and the benchmarks that you've been hitting, what has it been like for you to see this growth get to where it is right now as it hits that next step when it comes to benchmarks and growth on a worldwide basis?
This is a great question. When I first came, I was here for 6 months, and I looked at the academy. I thought, we don't have any players. We have maybe 1 or 2 that they can come across in the first team, And fast forward a couple of years later, these 1 or 2, they are in the first team. One is Cooper Sanchez. The other one is Jonathan Ramson, that he plays consistently for the second team. He's our third goalkeeper for the first team. Both actually eligible to play for the U18s still, Cooper, with all the starting games that he had this year, already is a huge value for the club. But then after a year working with my team here at the academy, because these things you don't get them done alone, you need to have a team around you, and I'm fortunate to have this group of people that they are very competent, very passionate about the player development. We start to see after a year that with the player selection and the player pool that and the profiles of the players, we start developing very, very interesting profiles. And now we have this U16 team that is at 2010. I can see 3-4 players coming into the first team without a problem, So we start to see, we are fortunate to be in a very gifted market where we have very good profiles of players, and now it's a matter to develop them, and we start to see the results after 1 year after I was here.
Mhm.
And 2 of the teams that we have in playoffs, the 2 teams that we had in playoffs, we were able to qualify both of them for their respective finals, the U15s and the U16s. We were the only MLS team doing that, and that's a good benchmark for us to determine where we are as academy. Then it's a matter of giving opportunities to those players into the professional environment. So, as you know, I'm responsible for the second team and the academy. The way we do it is we fast track the top talent from the U16s and the U18s that they train in the morning into our second team environment. And now with Coach Tata, many of these players, they had the opportunity to train as well with the first team.
Last question for you, because I know you got a jet because you're like one of the busiest men on the planet. What is the biggest challenge in the methodology department that you have looking at Academy and twos? What is the biggest challenge you think you have going forward to continue benchmarking and success on the curve that you're looking for?
That's a great question. I think there are a couple of things. One is getting everybody aligned, and that starts with the recruitment, not only of the players, but as well your staff, and the ability to work in a team setting. As I said before, these things, they don't get done just because I'm here. They get done because, yes, I'm leading the project, but I have a lot of competent people around me that they are able to execute the ideas that we state together. And in order to do that, you need a common philosophy, right? And And the second biggest challenge is now that we have those players that they have the ability, and remember that I've been working in world-class organizations prior, I think that the biggest challenge is how to give those opportunities to these talented players into the first team setting, you know. I know that these players, they have the talent and the ability to perform at that level, but then you have to lay out the right environment and the opportunities for those players to make it into the first team, you know.
As always, my friend, it's great to see you. Great to get these updates. And I know that when you give these answers, it opens more doors for me that give more questions, which of course means you know you're going to have to come back.
No problem at all. It's always a pleasure. You know, you do something very meaningful, which is covering the work that we do here. If we don't have a voice like yourself, we, our supporters, our fans, they don't know what's going on. You know, and this is a great opportunity to connect to our fans, which at the end of the day, they are the ones that they are giving us the strength to continue to carry on to work, because at the end of the day is the badge what we are playing for, you know, for the badge and for our fans.
Yep, and I heard the notification go off on that laptop, which means you got to go. As always, be safe, my friend. We will see you at Mercedes-Benz. We will see you there at the training ground, and we'll catch up with you soon. Javier, thanks for dropping by.
Thank you, John. Likewise. Have a great day.
There goes Javier Perez, Director of Methodology for Atlanta United. And so literally that was the surprise guest. Literally, it was like, okay, you can have him, and here's your window. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. I will take that window, and I will run. So that was a way to kind of open, just kind of open the door a little bit about what's going on below the first team and how everything integrates. Because really, it's cool to catch up with Javier for like 10 minutes. But because there's so much going on, it really needs a lot more than 10 minutes. But I will take that 10 minutes when I can get it. I mean, I would love to sit down and have, me and Jason and Maddie and Javier just sit at a table and just literally talk for, if we blocked out an hour, like if we blocked out a lunch or if we blocked out a meal window and just broke bread and just did it that way, because there's a lot to get into. And I tried to kind of, gauge greatest hits and things like that. It's like, okay, so he's been here for 2 years. Man, he's been here for 2 years, which was, that kind of shocked me too. And because it seems just like yesterday. But to bring in Javier and have him talk about what he has seen, what they've implemented, the changes, all of this stuff, it was a very, very surface level opportunity to catch up with Javier. But what that did is it opened up more windows for me. Okay, so what has been implemented? How many people are in the department that we don't know about? What is when it comes to getting everyone on the same page? It's almost like assembling a team. And how long did it take for everybody to get on the same page? Is it different personalities that come to the table, or is it all one like mind? And so all of these different things that come into my head when Javier opens these doors, and I'm like, expletive deleted. There's a lot of stuff to get into. So him coming in this morning now lends itself to a longer conversation that needs to be recorded, or just have him on just to kind of chew the fat and just have it turn into an organic discussion. So I was glad we got the 10 that we got, because you heard the notification go off at the end where, yes, I got to go to my next meeting. And I think that what's like the 10-minute notification. So that means that Javier is ready to go from one location. He's got 10 minutes to get set up for the next meeting. And so for him, that means 9:55, he's got to be in the room, wherever that meeting is and whatever he's doing.